Hi guys, guess who's back? I clearly have not posted in a very long time, but I think, well, I'm at least gonna post this video. I don't know how long I'll post or how often, as I've clearly never been consistent with uploading. You may be able to tell things are a little bit different now. I dyed my hair orange and then it changed back. It's been that long that my hair has ended up changing colors like multiple times, and I hope that I'm gonna be re-dyeing it orange soon. Right now, it's just this weird blondish orangey color. I don't know. Another thing that's changed is I'm actually in a different room, if you can't tell. I switched rooms. I now have a roommate. My best friend lives with me now, and my cat is still with me, my little emotional support buddy. We had a week off for spring break. It's actually the only time we get off for this semester, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay. That means we're done in early May, which is really nice. During spring break, I got to do something really fun where my family and I went to New York City. It was my dad's birthday. We got to see the Monty Python musical, which was so funny, and I'll show you it later. But without further ado, let's get into a little vlog. So just like any other tourist would, the first thing that we did when we got to New York City was actually go and see one of those little tourist trap little spots with a bunch of random stuff that people might buy. One thing I wasn't expecting was the amount of random video game stuffed animals. I guess I probably should have expected that, but honestly, I haven't been to New York City in like a super long time. Like, I don't even remember the last time I was there because I was so young. I also have bad memories, so it probably doesn't help. There was a lot of Poppy's Playtime stuffed animals, as well as other random pop culture characters. Like there was a Peppa Pig purse thing. A lot of random stuffed animals that I feel like are definitely targeted towards kids who will throw a fit if their parents don't buy it for them. I definitely would have been one of those kids if I was younger while I was here in New York City. It was actually kind of fun to go into these little stores though, see what's up with the kids these days. There's a lot of like pop figurines, which I wasn't expecting, like something actually kind of good and well known, not just like random, probably made in China stuff. Honestly, if I had had money when we went to this trip, I probably would have bought something from these, but I'm currently broke, which is I guess normal for college students, but I don't have any money at all, so I wasn't able to buy any actual souvenirs for this trip. We kept walking around after going to these little stores, and we ended up going to Times Square because like you gotta go to Times Square while you're in New York City. But it was actually really rainy. We were a little bit rushed. We had plenty of time, but my sibling really wanted to get some new jeans. I actually ended up buying a new pair of jeans too. It was really nice. So first we went to a Gap. We didn't realize how expensive those were because my sibling and I had obviously never gone shopping there because they're kind of expensive, and so we just assumed they were like Old Navy. No, Gap is not like Old Navy. I had no clue until now, but I guess that's good to know for the future. We ended up going right next door to an Old Navy and we got pants. And it was really fun, and there was a little dog statue. I'm sure they're in every Old Navy, but I just think it's so cute that they have dogs and that they could dress them up in little clothes. One thing that kept shocking me was how big all of the stores in New York City are. Like obviously everything's bigger in the city. Multiple stories of just clothes and like random stuff is insane to me. The other store we went to that really stuck out was Five Below because it was so big. We took an escalator up. There's not even a first floor, it's just an escalator up to the second floor, and then it's just a huge Five Below. I would have spent a lot of money here if I had money to spend. Like it had all the normal stuff a Five Below would have, but just more of it. It was insane. I was just really shocked at how much stuff there is in all the cities. Obviously you hear a lot about cities like overproducing and overconsuming, but I just like didn't really realize. After we finished up all of our random shopping, it was finally time to go to the theater to see the Monty Python musical on Broadway. This was my first Broadway musical and I was so excited. Honestly, I didn't have any expectations at all. I just went to the show because my mom bought tickets for my dad's birthday, but it was so funny. It was amazing, and I highly recommend you see it if there's any sort of chance. We go to scan our tickets to get in, and they tell us to like go to the ticket booth. We go up there and our seats got upgraded. It was crazy. We were supposed to be in the balcony, but we actually were like pretty close to the front. The theater was just beautiful. It was just amazing. The set was incredible. I'd never been to a Broadway musical, so I didn't have any sort of like basis of knowledge about what Broadway is really like. I've seen high school musicals that like my school has put on before. Obviously that doesn't have the same budget as Broadway, but I was still just shocked at how cool it was. It was like a combination of like physical sets and then also a lot of like projector images to make it so they can like animate and change, which is just like amazing. And the show itself is so funny, which makes sense because it's Monty Python. I've never seen the Monty Python movie before, so I didn't have as many like preconceived ideas as my dad probably did, but I thought it was amazing. And from what I knew about Monty Python, they hit the nail on the head. And the songs were so funny. I didn't know what to expect for a musical based off of like a movie, like how Monty Python is, but it was definitely well made. And the cast all fit the characters so well, and it was so interesting to see. The only downside of the play was, unfortunately, it was very loud, which I guess makes sense. And normally I have earplugs for that sort of thing. I use loop earplugs that you can put in whenever something gets loud, but I forgot them on this trip because I left my purse in the place we were staying because I figured I wasn't going to be spending money because I didn't have any money to spend and I didn't want to get pickpocketed. So I had a really bad headache afterwards. And then because it was New York City and it was like 5 or 6 p.m. at that point, I think it was like 5 p.m. All of the restaurants were packed and we were hungry, so we wanted to go get food afterwards. Our initial plan was to go to Hard Rock Cafe because my sibling is gluten-free, so there's not many places that we could go that they could eat. But then we ended up going to the Hard Rock Cafe and it was packed. Like I'm pretty sure that there were like some sort of like school groups there or something, because there was like at least like 50 to 100 kids my age walking in at the same time, and there was no way that they were gonna seat all of them and have room for more. So we ended up ditching that plan. We went to this little Italian place, and it was like New York City, everything's very narrow, so it's like a very narrow building with seats on both sides, and it was packed, and like there was barely enough room to like breathe, let alone like walk around. So I just had a headache for the rest of the night pretty much. I went to the bathroom at one point and I felt like I was gonna pass out, but I think that was just from being a little bit stuffy in there because it was raining, so everything was damp and it was pretty warm for the amount of people that were in there. But the food was really good. So I highly suggest going there, except I don't remember the name of it now. I don't know, get a calzone in New York City. I think everyone does that. After that though, we just went and picked up our car from the parking garage and we just headed home. We actually were staying in my siblings' apartment because their school is down in that area. So we were able to just go back and relax and spend the night recovering. And we just went home the next day. There's some really nice views on the way back upstate from New York City. My camera holding ability is not very good, so it's very bumpy, as you can see in this footage. But it was just so pretty to drive by all of this, especially because it was just me in the back seat, so I could see out of both of the windows on both sides. And I had my sunglasses on and I felt so cool. It was a really nice weekend to start off spring break. And there's nothing else for me to talk about for spring break because I got to relax and do nothing, and it was amazing. I got to just see all the animals that I don't have in my dorm room and just relax and say hi to my family because I haven't seen them in a while. That's pretty much it though for this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm hopefully gonna keep making more videos now. I'm purposefully setting aside time in my schedule to work on these YouTube videos, so fingers crossed that I can keep it up and I don't get too stressed out by it or anything right now. I do have a lot going on, but I think this is very worth it for me to keep trying because I find it really fun to edit and make videos, and I hope that you guys enjoy watching them. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Finally, it's focusing on something right here. Don't know, is there a ghost in my room? That's so weird.